setups for today. So just starting off on the weekly with the Euro USD. So we had a week of indecision, and then we had a week where we closed pretty much on our high. Now that's a fairly bullish signal. So if we start drilling down to the time frames you want to trade, most of last week we were stuck in this range, which was a little bit confusing. And then obviously going into the close, you can see the last three, well, not really last 3 8-hour sessions, but this last session here, we pulled up to the top, had a bit of a pullback, and we started off the week in the green. Now, the one thing that has come out of this is I have a fairly solid level to trade off. Okay, so you can see we have a lot of indecision here, and I'm just going to fine tune these levels as well, just to pick up sort of in that area there. So that is my zone. We can see we broke below it, we've come up, we've had a 1 bar test of this area. There it is there. Not clean enough for me. I'd like to see a pullback into that structure. We need to see a pullback down into the bottom here, and that'll give us the opportunity to buy. Now if you look to the left, you'll see this area here with all these tails. Let's pull across, you can see that area there. That, although there's no fractal there, well, there is one on the inside here. Sorry, no, there isn't. Still waking up. Okay, so although there's no fractal here, that is still a fairly solid level. You can see price has respected it here, used it as support, used it as resistance. Here we didn't know what to do with it. Here we've kind of had used it as support scenario, but we've got a bit of a gap here. So my prediction this morning is pull back into the structure, so either 118378, a bit of a deeper one would be interesting as well, 118267, and if we do go deeper, which is to come and test this 4-hour structure here, 118088, those are the 3 levels that I'd be looking to buy off. Okay, so definitely watching this. I think we're going to, well, we're at least going to get a push to the top again, which is going to be in the region of 119, and then if we get through 119, there's pretty much, if you come look at the weekly again, you can see there's not much on offer after 119, which is this weekly swing high. Then we end up looking for 119.58. Okay, so that's Euro USD. USD Japanese yen. So just to get back to weekly on this one, we had this weekly level here. Okay, and you can see we pretty much sort of rejected it. I'm going to say sort of rejected it because the weekly bar was still a pretty solid bullish bar. So still in 2 minds about this. We did get the bounce off the top that I was expecting, although the top came in pretty much off, hindsight being a perfect science. That's the fractal level there that I was looking at. So it skipped all of these tails here, every single one of them, and picked that one there for a turn off, and we ended up with a double, sort of a double top off that level. We did close below the low here, but we'll get that on the hour. Kind of in 2 minds. Originally I was looking for a bounce off here to the downside, which we did get, but if you look at what the structure that's forming, we've basically come back to test the moving average. We're still above the moving average, and then the second thing here is we're kind of forming a trend line at the moment. So I'm in 2 minds. It's a pretty solid move if you look on the hour. So we did get the bounce off the top here. We've broken below the swing low here. Okay, this area here is 106.564. We're testing the trend line. Looking at the hour, I am looking at a potential trend change here, but look at the 4-hour or the 8-hour, we are basically in an upward trend. Okay, get to the 8-hour, it is a reversal 8-hour trend. Look at the daily, pretty much potentially a trend change as well, although this is a pretty big engulfing bar on the daily. Okay, so many opportunities for this thing to do something today. short story for me is we need to get above 106,999 and retest that for me to be long. If we start rejecting this area that we're in right now, which is between 106,652 and 106,564, that is a short area for me. I'm favoring the shorts purely because of what the Euro USD is looking. So if Euro USD is long, Japanese yen, USD Japanese yen should be some short opportunities. Target areas for me, first one is going to be the structure break here, which takes me down to this area. Let's just be conservative, somewhere in this area here, which is going to be 106,159. Okay, Euro Aussie dollar, if you look, we had pretty much choppy barbed wire scenario. Look at this here, look at that there. At that level, and we start getting confused. You can see as we start getting to this area here of 1,65555, we start getting confused. We've started off the day with a pretty solid move up at the moment, and there you can see it there, but still lots of barbed wire here, lots of confusion. I think what we're looking for here is there's some kind of a range that's forming. We need to get above that range for us to start looking for something. So the structure I'm looking to form is going to be something like this, where we're rejecting. We need to get above 165,177. Okay, I need to get above that, retest it, and then long. Okay, it does look like the gap down was onto structure. You can see here pretty solid area here if you look to the left. Okay, I can actually put another level in there. So you can see this area here is fairly strong. We have bounced out of it. I think that move is over at the moment. So that's 164,732, and bottom area of this zone is 164,626. So I think that was a valid entry for a long. But now what we're waiting for is a pullback. Probably, you know, anything. I'm going to have to put another line here, guys. So this is, let's get rid of that. This is probably the structure we need to look at here. Okay, so 164,926, and you can see if you look left, look at all these tails off this level. If I scroll to the left, not much, just a royal mess there. Okay, so any pullback back into here, if I start seeing any positive price action here, so any bullish price action down here at 164,926, I'm long. Possibly even further down at 164,732, I'm also long. Okay, pound USD. So this is pretty much still range bound. You can see, let's just draw that in there. There's our range. Nothing really much to trade here at the moment. I think this is really going to keep me out at the moment, unless, that's not what I want. I want that. Unless we could find some support here. Okay, so if we can find some support here, and you can see top of range, bottom of range, we slap bang in the middle of the range. Okay, so while it's range bound, I'm not really interested in trading this, but if we can find some support here, there may be some structure, but that's not something that I'm looking at today. Pound Japanese yen, tails off the top, selling off the top here. Inside bars, engulfing bars, nothing really that stands out there on the 8 hour. Looking at this on the 1 hour, here is my level. Okay, it's 139,485. You can see that's pretty solid. Look at how long we've been at this level here. Bounced around here, bounced around, found support, found support, found support, found support, found support. For me, we're going to have to get above that area there. Okay, so what are we on the hour? Right, so that's probably going to be a London breakout strategy. If we do get a breakout above 139,681, I would take that trade. It's a fairly decent risk to reward there. So it's a 350 point risk, and you can probably target the tops here for 450 to the upside. But it is a bit messy. I think looking at EURUSD, Euro and USD Japanese yen, there's a little bit more on offer than pound Japanese yen at the moment. But there is some consolidation going on here. I want to get to the 4 hour. Yeah, that is messy. There's nothing really in there. I'm going to need to get above this level here. So 139,681 before I even start looking at this. Okay, the other thing, if you look at the 4 hour here, there is a bit of consolidation on the go, and that consolidation is pretty much a triangle. Okay, anyway, but one worth watching. The last one here is Aussie dollar, Japanese yen. You can see the selling off the top here. We've gapped up, we've got a pin bar here. It does look like we are still moving to the upside and probably gathering our thoughts for a move up. But when you look at our big up, big down, big up, big down, big confusion. Okay, so another one that I think will be sitting on the sidelines unless we get some kind of a pullback to test my flag breakout. Okay, so there's my flag breakout there, there's my flag, move up, flag. I want to see them pull back into this area here. It doesn't have to be right onto this trend line, but so long as it finds support, and I just try to get this exact. So this is the area I'd be looking at, which is 76,349. Okay, well 76,350. 76,350 is the area I want to watch for. We can get a pullback onto that. We start finding some support, start getting some bullish price action there. There's an opportunity to get long, and I would be looking at somewhere around 76993 as my target area, and that does break the previous high. So basically I would just adjust that to the previous high right there. Let's see if there's anything else to the left. Yeah, quite a bit of structure here. I'll give you that revised target now. So we'd be looking at 76,788, alternatively 76,910. If we break through that area, there is very little to the left that's going to stop us until we get to 77,500. Okay, here we go. So that's my view on Forex today. Still looking at the same pairs that we were looking at last week and the week before. To be honest, there's nothing else that I can really see right now. I think markets are in limbo right now. So yeah, just going to have to be patient, and opportunities are going to start presenting themselves shortly. Anyway, I hope that helps, and we'll catch up with you later. Cheers for now.